Today, we are going to make golden pennies using zinc, zinc chloride, and regular pennies.
All right, here we got a nice little penny. It's currently brown in color because the outside coating is copper, but that will not be the case at the end of the lab.
In addition to our penny, we're going to be using some zinc. Zinc comes in these nice little bottles. Zinc is also a metal, but it's kind of a grayish metal, and this zinc we got pretty well powdered. So note that neither one of these looks gold to begin with. It's the chemistry we're going to be doing today that'll make it look gold. So if you remember from our safety video earlier in the week, number 2 dealt with wearing goggles and aprons. Whenever we're dealing with some chemicals, we want to make sure we have goggles to protect our eyes and aprons to protect our bodies.
The other thing that we need to worry about before we get started is rule number 3. I have long hair because when I lean forward, it falls forward. So I have it secured back so that I don't catch it on fire or dip it in any chemicals.
We're also, thumbs? Yeah. We're also keeping rule 20 in mind where hot and cold glass look similar. And because we're using a hot plate today, we're going to assume all our glassware is hot. And we'll be specifically using beaker tongs to move hot beakers.
All right, the first step will be to take our pennies and we want to remove any impurities off of the front. The one of us that does this step the best will get the best results, because what you want to do, money can be very dirty, and we want to make sure that we take all of the impurities off to make sure we have a surface that's ready for our reaction. So we're going to take some steel wool and we are going to shine these pennies. We are not going to shine the pennies on our lab counters because these lab counters are very expensive because they are chemical and flame resistant. So we're going to shine them on trays and we are going to see who can get the shiniest penny.
Mine's going to be the best, obviously. So? Okay, so on the left, you have a penny that I shined with steel wool. On the right is a penny that has not been shined and cleaned. You can see there's a pretty big difference at this point.
So step 2 of our process is to use some zinc chloride solution. We've already got this made up here. And we're going to put that into a graduated cylinder. We use our graduated cylinder to measure the volume of a liquid. We'll teach you how to read the volume a little bit later. I'm going to put 20 mils in here. And hopefully you guys remember what this is, right? This is a pipette. A pipette's used to fine-tune things. Since I can get close to 20 milliliters. And we'll use a pipette to finish it off.
We also need to get ourselves about 1 gram of zinc dust. So I'm going to use my scoopula here. And I'm going to measure out 1 gram of zinc dust on my scale. And we're good to go.
We are then going to combine all of these into a 100 milliliter beaker. Remember, a beaker is used to hold reactions.
So now, what we're going to do is I'm going to use my forceps, my trusty forceps, to pick up a solid, and I'm going to drop it into my beaker like so.
All right, we're putting our pennies in, making sure they get a good covering of the zinc, and we are going to let them boil.
All right, so now that we've had these pennies on here boiling for a little while, we're going to use our trusty beaker tongs to remove the beakers from the hot plate.
And our countertops here are protected from chemical and thermal energy. So what we can do is we can actually just put the hot beakers right down here. We don't want to run this under cool water or else it would cause heat shock.
And you can see that in rule number 22 from Safety Day.
All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to look in here and we are going to take a look to see if our pennies have turned silver.
Again, we're going to use our forceps to grab those pennies out of there because we don't want to touch those solids with our hands.
The pennies are very, very hot, so we're going to use a cold, wet paper towel to cool them down and to take any excess zinc off.
Ah, there's a lot of excess zinc on this one.
Yeah, there is.
So there's a good idea. This guy is just coated with zinc. We want to scrape some of that zinc off. So we just are left with the silver.
As you can see now, our pennies have gone from a nice copper color here to now a silver color here. Dr. Yates, why do you think this penny turned silver?
Because we put it in that zinc solution and we boiled it for a while, the zinc has gotten stuck to around our coin, turning it silver.
Oh, so it's like made a layer of zinc around it?
Made a layer of zinc around it, exactly.
A little zinc
Awesome.
jacket.
Yeah.
This is our last step before we clean up. Now we have to take our pennies and put them directly on the heat source. We will start to notice when they start to turn gold, and then we're going to flick them off, and we're not going to touch them because they're going to be very hot.
We're going to let them cool down on those heat-absorbent black countertops.
And we're going to use our forceps to pick them up. Oh, mine's going, mine's going, mine's going. Oh, that is a golden penny. All right. For our second penny, we're going to give you an up close on what this looks like. So our silver pennies are going on to the hot plate.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's going to be the best.
In a few moments, you'll see them transform. One of ours will look good, and one of ours will look... Oh, look who's went first. Look who's went first. Beautiful.
Mine's going to be better, though.
Beautiful.
Oh, no, you got to wait for the end.
Oh, yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Okay. There we go. Oh, looking wonderful.
I think mine's good, too.
I like my pennies well done.
So now it's time to clean up. We have a couple different kinds of waste. Our solid zinc waste on our paper towels can go into the trash can.
And for the liquid waste, we said normally liquid waste can go down the sink unless told differently. This waste cannot go down the sink. It needs to go in the fume hood.
Now that we're done and we've cleaned up everything else, the last step is to wash our hands. We don't want to leave chemistry class and have chemicals on our hands. So we're going to get a little bit of cold water here, a little bit of soap, and now we are done with our lab.
All right, so for the moment of truth, we have now labeled each of our pennies. You would know whose penny is which because we're in the same order that we were. However, we have our resident expert here. He was doing this lab way before any of us were here at North. We have Mr. Bracken, and he is going to judge which penny came out the best.
Greetings there, campers. Let's see what we've got. X, that looks like a quality penny. Quality, Abe's never looked so good. Y, looks like some quality stuff. Z, gotta tell you, a little bit, it's a very close competition. But I have to say, there's one that stands out. And growing up in Illinois, Abe Lincoln means an awful lot more to me than most people. I would say this one.
Oh
my God.
I'm sorry.
How much did you pay
I'm
him?
sorry. What was that?
Recount.
Which one's the best
Recount.
one? Is it Z?
It is Z.
Is that Miss Bay? Whose penny was that?
Oh, whatever.
Whose penny was that?
Uh-oh.
It
What
wasn't-
have I started? Oh, my heavens.
It wasn't a sore loser's penny. It was a winner's penny. Mr. Pilchers, please and thank you.
Pandemonium!
It's probably because it's Miss Bay's first year teaching.
My penny's
Okay.
great.
We're here with local penny connoisseur, Lauren Mattiota.
And we are going to ask her to now judge the 3 pennies. Miss Mattiota, we have now made 3 golden pennies. You may turn them over. Take the best golden penny.
She will.
Being the penny pincher that I am.
Yeah.
I would have to say Z.
Oh my goodness! Is that 2 for 2?
Oh my.
We're here with with 2 more penny experts because some science teachers are kind of sore losers and they think more data will help their cause.
So here we are, and we have the normal penny. We boiled it in zinc. We heated it up to turn it into a brass alloy, and we have the 3 chemistry teachers' entries into this contest. We would like your expert opinions.
Your unbiased expert opinions.
So what looks the most
Which is the prettiest golden penny?
prettiest golden?
Just highest quality in your
Highest
opinion.
quality.
It's a little dark in it.
You can pick them up too if you want.
Yeah.
That is a little dark. Does that?
Yeah, this has got some kind of. I think zinc.
See?
Both of them? Is that 2 more votes?